Hey, Bots Guy here, and I'm super excited about this video. I'm going to share with you how I'm using ChatGPT to create a blog post, and a really good one. ChatGPT, if you don't know what it is, it's an open AI software that is just blowing up everywhere. They have a paid version that's $20 a month and a free version. The $20 a month, if you're going to be using it a lot like I do, it's definitely worth it because you don't get restricted when it gets bogged down. It's a lot faster. But if you want to use the free version, I started with the free version for probably 3 weeks, and then the paid version came out, and I went with that. So let's get on with it. So I'm going to kind of just walk you through the steps that I took to get ChatGPT ready to create the blog post. Now, what's cool about this is it's learning as you're giving it information. So the first thing I did is I just wanted to see where it was at. Now, because my account is all about my topic, it already knows a lot about my topic. And one thing I want to stress is when you're using this, make sure that you understand what your topic is, like something you know, because there are going to be times, and you're going to see them in this video, where it makes some mistakes and I have to correct it. And then once it's corrected, it remembers that correction. So first thing I did is I basically just said, create a document that explains why DM automation is better than Linktree. So DM automation is what I do. I build chatbots. And Linktree, if you're not familiar with that, it is a service that people put on their Instagram bios, and when you click on it, it's like a mini website, and it goes to a lot of different things, your YouTube channel and different things like that. So I'm not going to read all of this. I'm just going to kind of give you a summary, but it kind of gives me a little preview here, overview, and then it goes through what are the reasons that DM automation is better than Linktree: personalization, automation, higher engagement, more data insights, greater flexibility. Like, that's a really good start. So then I'm going to ask it questions, because I'm going to keep giving it things to do based on what it gives me. And then you're going to see how this changes as we get down here. So can DM automation and Linktree work together as a strategy? Because my thought is I want to share why DM automation is better than Linktree, but I also want to add how you can use both of them, because many people use Linktree. So it goes through and it just says Linktree is easy to navigate. Linktree is useful for providing external links, but you can't, it's not personalized. And here's some ways you can use both of them, and then it gives me some ways that I can use both of them. In conclusion, DM automation and Linktree can work together as part of a cohesive Instagram marketing strategy. I mean, this copy is amazing. So now I'm like, okay, create a comparison chart table between LinkedIn and DM automation. Now, if you're paying attention, this article is about Linktree, not LinkedIn, so I made a mistake there. So it goes through and it says, here's a comparison table between LinkedIn and DM automation, and it puts LinkedIn title here and DM automation title here. And I realized that I made that mistake, so I tell it, I'm sorry, I meant a comparison with Linktree, not LinkedIn. So then it says, my apologies for the confusion. It's almost like talking to a real person. It's just crazy. So then it updates it with Linktree, as you can see there, and then it creates this nice chart for me, and then it creates an overview. And then I'm like, add the tools of ManyChat and MobileMonkey as 2 official partners of Meta and Instagram that allow you to add DM automation to your account, and steps on how to use it. So those are 2 of the softwares that I use to build out these chat automations. And so then it goes through and it just talks about, you know, each one, and it talks about, you know, what you do to build this out. And again, I'm not going to use all of this. I'm just feeding it stuff, and then I'll figure out what I want to use later. You never want to just take everything, copy it from here, and put it onto your blog, because, you know, if you're doing SEO, you want to make sure there's not duplicate content, and there's other ways which I'm going to show you when you get down to the end. But this is really meant to just do all of that heavy lifting, you know, get the main bulk of everything in there, get your ideas in there, and then you'll be able to tweak it and make it, you know, really good. So now I'm like, give me an example of a DM automation to deliver a lead magnet. And it literally goes through and creates a script on, you know, you can take this script, and I have another video where you can check it out, and it shows how I use this to build chatbot scripts, and it's super cool. You know, I can say add emojis, I can say, you know, all kinds of other things to make it more engaging. So then I'm like, okay, list the ways that you can trigger this DM automation. So it says follow back message. When a user follows your Instagram account, you can send an automatic message thanking them for following and offering them a free lead magnet in exchange for email. This is false, and you're going to see what I do here in a minute. Then it is comment trigger, hashtag trigger, story mention trigger, and ad campaign trigger. So it's missing some, and it made a mistake on one of them. So I let it know follow back message is incorrect, and then I explain what you can do, and then I add the other ones. So then it says my apologies for the mistake. Now it knows, and now it redoes it, and you'll see here it took out that first one and it added these new ones, story reply and IG live trigger and DM keyword trigger. So super amazing. And then it just rewrites everything here. And now I'm saying create a post. This is where the emoji part comes in, with emojis summarizing this information for Instagram and LinkedIn. So I'm not only going to use this for a blog post, but now I can use it for an Instagram post, a LinkedIn post, you know, whatever I want. I can even transcribe it into a video for YouTube. I mean, so many ways that you can repurpose this content. So, you know, sure, here's a summary, and you'll see it puts in some nice emojis here. And then I'm like, you know, rewrite this and include the first option about why DM automation is better than Linktree. So then it says, sure, here's a rewritten version, and then it just goes through and just tweaks it a little bit. And now, this is amazing, I need some hooks for titles for the blog post, for the article. And it literally goes through and just creates these amazing hooks. This stuff takes so much time to try to like figure out, okay, you know, what's a good one to use. This just spits it out for you, and now I can literally read through these and be like, you know, oh, this one looks pretty good, let's use this one. Or I can say, hey, expand upon option 4 and give me 5 more versions of option 4, you know, until I get the one that I want. You can just keep massaging it and getting it to do, to give you the best content for what you're doing. So now I'm like, okay, rewrite this blog post as a description for or rewrite this for a blog post description that's 250 characters. So you can even tell it what length of text you want. So you'll see here, it writes this out, puts all the emojis in, and I realize that this is way longer than 250 characters. So I said, discover how, or hold on. Oh, I made this mistake. So I'm saying rewrite this, and then I'm posting it, because you need to post it. Whenever you're going to have it rewrite, you always got to tell it what to do. So you got to tell it first. The first line always tells it what you want it to do, and then you post the rest of the, you know, the data that you want it to rewrite. So then it rewrote this in a 250 character description, and now I'm like, oh, I forgot the emojis. So I'm like, add emojis, and it's like, absolutely, here's the description with emojis. So it added the emojis, so now it's like more personable. And then I'm like, this is where it's longer because it added the emoji. So I said, remember, it needs to be 250 characters max. So then it shortens it, but it's still a little too long, because when I placed this in the blog, it said it's too long. And that's probably because it didn't include the emoji. So I said 250 characters including emojis. You were at 302. My apologies for the mistake. And then it redoes it, and now I've had the description. Now I'm saying, okay, I want a quote that I can put. So I'm like, what are some famous tech giants have said about DM automation? Then it says Facebook said this, Elon Musk said this, Gary Vaynerchuk said this, Neil Patel said this. Then I said, list some quotes from these people. You know, Facebook, and here's the quote. And so I chose this quote right here. And then I'm asking it, you know, you can just ask it questions too, like, what is the standard length of a blog post? You know, it's usually 1,000 to 2,000 words. So I'm like, okay, please review all the information that we've talked about in this chat and create me 1,000-word blog post why DM automation is better than Linktree, and also include how DM automation can amplify the amount of people who go to Linktree, and not only from the bio. The idea of this blog post is to convince people that they should be using DM automation. So you give it very specific instructions. So here it goes. It puts in the title that I chose, and then it goes through here, and it creates, you know, each section, and then it's going through, and then you'll notice that it stops after this 3, like it's not done. So I figured it ran out of the 1,000 character, and it just stopped. So then I said, and sometimes it gets stuck, so you can literally just say continue, or in this case I'm saying continue even if it goes over 1,000 characters. So then it says, sure, here's the rest. So see, it was 3, now it's 4. Now it's just going through and it's finishing the blog post, and it creates a conclusion. Like, amazing. And I did this super fast. So now all I have to do is, you know, go back in here and start copying and pasting the information that I want to use into my blog post, and then copy the Instagram post, and I can create a reel, you know, all this stuff to promote my blog post. So this is my template for the blog post. So I can just copy and paste stuff here, and just copy this format, create my blog post, and then you know, save it and publish it. And it's just super amazing, quick, easy. Oh, and I mentioned you might want to, before you put it in the blog post, you might want to rephrase some of the things. So you can go to something called Quillbot, and Quillbot will allow you to take data, put it in there, and have it rephrased. So then you can then put it back in here. And there's some other services that will, you know, detect AI type content and make sure that it's not, you know, that it's not, because Google now is cracking down on AI generated content. So for SEO purposes, you definitely want it to be as, you know, you don't want it to get penalized. So Quillbot's one of the ways you can do it, and there's some other services. And of course, don't copy and paste everything. Go through and tweak it, take stuff out, you know, change stuff around, make it your own. But again, this is how you do, just really quickly get your thoughts on paper. You can even go to YouTube and take parts of the transcript and put it in here on a topic, and then start tweaking that and saying rewrite this and change this and create a whole new article based on information that's already out there. So I hope that was helpful for you. I'm going to have more videos. I'm going to have some videos on actually generating the images for the blog posts with AI, using Midjourney, which is one of the most popular ones right now. And if you need any help, you have any questions, comment below. Again, I build chatbots and automated funnels, so if you need any help with that, go ahead and DM me the keyword 777, and you can kind of see an example of the automations I do. And thanks for your time. See ya.